I still need better scanning skills. This is painful. That 80.7%.
Good.
Checked your bay number. Check again. Unauthorized loitering may trigger a lethal response. Unsanctioned acts of aggression will not be tolerated. Obey station law and enjoy your stay.
That's pretty.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
What's the point of the game?
Landing gear retracted.
Oh.
I just hit myself. Do I really sound that debut, or is it just me?
There, I've turned on my microphone so that all the things I say, commands I give, come through.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's about an 8-second delay.
Yeah, it's not that far off.
Okay, I'm gonna talk into the stream. That way I don't have to use push to talk.
4, 3,
You'll hear me say things, and things will happen in my ship because of a program I'm running. I'm gonna go hunt down some people. I'll stop.
So is this like playing against actual people?
Yeah. This is like playing against actual people. It's a MMO. Let's see, the system's like... Planet 9 is where I want to go.
So if I say ship self-destruct, what happens?
Right now, if I wanted to self-destruct my ship, I don't have a voice command set up for that, but I could actually do it, and I'll show you where. Access this panel over here, functions, it's at the very bottom. And I actually had to self-destruct my ship one time because I was adrift without any thrusters. I couldn't get myself out of there, so... Switch hard points.
Have you got like an Oculus set up or something?
No, I don't have an Oculus set up. This is actually using the middle mouse button. It allows you to look around. You kind of just get used to doing it in between. Something else that's nice is you can see the little dot that's in the center of the screen. Every time you hit the middle mouse button, it goes away. But say like I'm moving like this, and I take my hand off the mouse, it's going to continue to move. Hit the middle mouse button and it stops. Oh, it's handy. So my mission right now is to actually go and hunt pirates. Right here. I need to kill 5 of them, and mission fails if I die. So I guess I'm gonna try not to die. Bleed off some speed. We're gonna go right into the rings of this planet. Which is by far one of the cooler points of the game, I think. Don't want the eyes, we want the metal area. That's where there's going to be more miners and people trying to kill them. Here we go. Gonna drop out of Super Cruise. Okay, let's see. We're 240 kilometers from the resource extraction zone. That's okay. We're gonna head that direction. Should be able to find some people along the way.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. It's one way to bleed off time.
Did you say friendship drive?
Frame shift. I know it sounds like friendship, but it is. My friendship drive is charging. No. We've got contacts behind us. Reset. He's gone. Full impulse. There's a guy right there. All powered engines.
Scan detected.
Oh shit! Weapons online.
Weapons online.
Scan detected. Under attack. Target destroyed.
Not bad. So that's 1 out of 5. Half impulse. Is there somebody down there? There is.
Scan detected.
Oh. Here we go.
Under attack. Frameshift charge detected.
Full power to weapons. Damn it. Motherfucker got away. He's gonna be mining. Weapons offline.
Weapons offline.
All powered engines.
So does it use some of the Eve designs for ships?
Sorry, what was that? What about the ship designs? I thought I might have seen
So does
some
it
beams in the
use some of
distance.
the Eve's designs for for the ships?
Weapons online.
Weapons online.
Beta. Here we go.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
Oh, he's hurting.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Looks like we've got more over here. Looks like the Federation only has people here.
Offline.
Gonna have to be careful not to hit them in the crossfire.
Target shields online. Frameshift charge detected. Target shields offline.
Come on. He's gone.
Target destroyed.
Jesus. Alright. Master. I'm not too keen on engaging somebody of that level. This guy, I want to take off his power distributor.
Target shields offline.
Got him.
Target destroyed.
Woo! Same thing. Let's do it. Sub-targets. Power distributor.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Not bad. Weapons offline.
Scan detected.
Weapons
Reset.
offline.
All done. Time to return. There's my location. We need to get out of this asteroid belt first. Warp 9. Engage.
Frameshift
Engaging
drive
warp drive.
charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Should pay attention when I'm flying. One of these days I'm going to end up crashing into a planet. Or a sun again. one of my favorite parts. This is Commander Hammer, requesting permission to dock.
Docking request granted.
Love this little program.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
A little close to that building. And down.
Docking successful.
Okay,
Engines
not bad.
disengaged.
Welcome to Stevenson. Now that we're all done, go here. And boom. Not bad at all. Let's check. Let's see. Nah, just increased in rank from petty officer to chief petty officer. Reload the guns. Check out our repairs. What do we need? Hulk could use a little repair, so we can repair that. But we're going to keep the paint work like that. Kind of like the wear and tear of the ship. Myself. Check the bulletin board again. Federal invitation. Where does it want us to go next? PLX 95. Where is PLX 95 at? Clearly need a permit to go there. PLX 95. So let's check. Not Plex, that's Eve. PLX. Is that not the oh, is it? PLX 69. PLX 695. Wow. Alright. Once more. And cut a ways away, about 100 light years. I'm willing to bet we can make that without any cargo. I'm gonna accept the invitation. I'm gonna completely ignore this. Let's return to the surface. Alright, let's head back into the galaxy map. Okay, PLX 695. See here, it says I can't get there the route just yet. That's because my nav computer is calculating. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to select it. We can come back to it at any time. Let's go to our current location. Need the connections, right? If you watch carefully, you can see them kind of growing, which is really cool. The game seems very organic, and it's one of the things I love about it. So that's where we need to go. Orange arrow. This is you're telling me I can only go this far. Okay. So let's see here. My computer's still calculating. Is that what's going on here? Yep, it's still calculating, so we're gonna wait and relax. In the meantime, let's zoom out. This is one of the coolest parts. Ooh. There's the Milky Way. It's awesome. Love it. Every single star on this map you can travel to. You can do things in. My plan is, once I amass some more capital, probably a couple hundred mil? No, that's ridiculous. I'm thinking about 5 mil. Once I have 5 mil, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get a pretty good fuel scoop. I'm gonna soup up my Cobra, and I'm gonna go exploring. I'm probably gonna head towards the core. That's where I want to go. Okay, let's see. Nothing, huh? Not a thing? We're still calculating, I think. Push comes to shove, I'll stop in one of the systems and use my fuel scoop to replenish my reserves, my fuel reserves. This is gonna be it. Maybe? Whoa. Well, nothing to do with that sector. Oh, it's still connect up, and there it is. We're connected. Okay. We can now plot our route. It's our fastest one. I'm not sure how many jumps is that. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jumps. Not the worst I've ever done, that's for sure. I actually, early on, souped up a Sidewinder and went about 200 light years to find a pristine system to do some mining and earned my first 300,000 that way. After that, I kind of went into trading. Okay, so since we've got what we need, pretty sure we don't need to refill our fuel. We're gonna go ahead and launch.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
That big ass ship right there, that's an ASP. Those things are awesome. If I could afford it, I'd get one and use that for exploring, because what you do is you downgrade their fuel capacity. They have a huge fuel bay. And you upgrade their frameshift drive. What ends up happening is you get this insane range, apparently. I've never done it. I didn't play in the beta, so I'm not 100% sure on that. That's from what I've read. If I ever get the chance, well, we'll see it firsthand. So let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. All powered engines. I wonder if I can remember my command correctly this time. Okay, we're not mass locked. This means we should be able to go. Jump drive, engage. Nope, wasn't it? Engage, jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's boring. I should switch that. And here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Woo! And there's the sun. Okay. We're gonna come around it and scoop up some fuel.
Fuel scooping.
Oh. Switch hard points. Use our directional scanner. Directional scanner. Discovery scanner, I mean. This is not Eve. Boom. Nothing within 1,000 light seconds. So we're not going to do anything else for the moment. But what we will do is engage jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
Our friendship drive is charging. We're going to go hug the next light source. I was going to say light planet, but clearly light planets are really just suns.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I really like the cockpit feel. This is really cool right here. See that? Up and down. It's awesome. Alright, here we go. There we go, lining up for Epsilon Eridani. Fans of the Halo series recognize this as a important system, actually. I believe this is where the Master Chief was born, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken. It's been forever since I did any reading about that. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna stop using the voice commands. I'm gonna start using the keyboard a little bit more, so we can just kind of bang out this run and get to our destination and see what is in store for us there. Because personally, I'm curious. Now, as we go, you're gonna see that there's some interesting things going on the HUD here. You can see that primary 2 was up there. And it's a D-scanner, which is not directional scanner. If you play Eve online, D-scanner is discovery scanner, which you use. It charges, and then it makes the sovereign-like sound from Mass Effect. Basically, it's a stellar sonar device.
Fuel scooping.
It scans within a certain amount. It's pretty interesting. You also notice that when I switch, this is my offensive mode. I have 2 pulse lasers, 2 multi-cannons. They are attached to fire groups. Now, that isn't to say,
Frameshift drive charging.
you know, I yell, oh, Fox 1, and then a missile fires. If I wanted to, I could set that up. But, so it's the different mouse clicks for 1 and 2. Normally, you know, left mouse click is fire group 1, right mouse click is fire group 2. You set it up like that. There's no fire group 3, unfortunately. You can have different presets, but it only goes up to 2, so you can only use your 2 buttons. You have to switch back and forth between the different modes. Oh crap! Oh, I don't like these stars. I got pulled into the gravitational center of one of those bad boys. Alright, let's switch to our D-scanner. Usually there's a lot of things around here that we can't really see right off the bat. Yeah. 15 new objects. I love exploring. We take a look at all that. Now, not only does it pop up on there, but it'll also pop up on our star map. Check that out. So originally we would have just had the sun. Now we've got the belts and a bunch of other planets. All pink, which is interesting to say the least. I can tell you. Alright. Increase speed. Here we go. Engage jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm going to show you what I mean by the fire groups. So I was mistaken when I said you need different fire groups for the left and right click. What those are is they're different hotkey presets. Is essentially what you do with that.
1. Engage.
Oh, can't look while we're in frame shift. Thank you, game. Boom. We're immediately going to jump to the next one. Or so I thought. Okay, let's take a look again, really quickly. 1 and 2, 1 left mouse click, 2 right mouse click, 1 and 2, the different ones you can change in between. You can see how you can just switch those like that, and you can make more. You can get rid of some. Very easy, very simple. So whenever I tell the game switch hardpoints, it switches between the different fire groups, the different hardpoint weapons. So I have my scanner, which is 1, and then I have my actual defense weapon systems. Now what I usually like to do is I like to rock a couple different things here. What I usually like to do is I like to rock there we go. I like to rock the point defense weapon system. Now I haven't, this is a recent addition, but recently I found a lot of people shooting missiles at me, and I don't like missiles. I hate missiles. Worse than missiles are heat-seeking missiles. Those fuckers piss me off. I'm already a terrible pilot. I'm very bad at maneuvering. I don't exactly fly the most maneuverable ships. I mean, if you've flown the Viper, you know what I mean. Alright, it's no Sidewinder, it's definitely no Eagle, that's for damn sure. Now the Cobra, in my experience, has been more maneuverable, which is part of why I like it, so I was able to dodge quite a few of the missiles with this. No, not too bad, I guess.
Frameshift drive charging.
Coming up on the Bob system.
4, 3.
This is a system I believe quite a few wormholders from EVE would appreciate. I'm going to see what the sun's like. Okay, typical sun, not bad. This is a system that needs to be scanned out, it's appropriate. So what we're doing right now is we're scooping fuel, which is essentially how I refill my stock when I'm going on exploration. We're gonna get into the sweet spot here. We're gonna do a little bit of a refueling run for now. I find the sweet spot to be about there. That's perfect. Alright, here we go. We're going to do our D-scanner real quick. Probably already did it, right? Oh, look at that bright damn thing. Wow. We're going to scan it. Jesus. I would not want to fly into that. There we go, Red Dwarf, lovely. Detailed analysis. We can actually sell that data later at a station or an outpost. Looks like our fuel is coming up pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and check our location. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 jumps left. Not bad. We're gonna have to come back and definitely check out the Bob system some more. But first, I want to see what we've picked up on our scanner. Anything? Nothing? Okay. So what we can see here is the base, right? So we've scanned out one thing, that's going to be this star. Now, this star is unexplored. However, we can already tell just based on the fact that the 2 are here and we didn't pick up the one within 1,000 light seconds, which is a pretty significant distance, that it's going to be multiple thousands away from this one. So because we've scanned out one star, we can actually use the orbit line of that one star, use our frame shift super cruise to really kind of get out there, just kind of just fly out, and then once we do that, we can determine where the other star is going to be located at. And this is where good eyesight comes in handy, because you can actually see points of light moving where other stars shouldn't.
Disengaged.
Oh, what am I doing? I forgot to reset my, There we go. Like, wait a second, that's not where I need to be looking at. Alright, come on. Here we go. Engage jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
I might just call my warp drive the Super Cruise. The, GTFO drive. Because goddammit, if I don't do that enough when I'm getting my ass kicked.
1. Engage.
The second I start to lose, I have like 3 guys on me. I immediately try to get out of mass lock and get the fuck out of there. Live to fight another day, right? Wrong, I'm just a coward. But I am a coward that is alive.
Fuel scooping.
I had to do a brief descan while we're in the system.
Fuel
Boom.
scoop disengaged.
Turn on our jump
Frameshift
drive.
charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
This is really pretty right here. I love this because you're actually passing through different nebula and space dust that's in between these systems that's generated based on pictures that were taken and assembled from the Hubble and other space telescopes. It's pretty incredible in my opinion. Here we go. Here's our final destination. Nothing. Okay.
Frameshift drive
Our
charging.
final jump. You see we've used a lot of fuel. Critical heat levels. Why do we have critical heat levels? Jesus.
Three,
You see the inside of my ship starting to
one.
simmer.
Engage.
Holy shit. So, if you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sun, it doesn't just simmer. Your glass will start to crack, your body will start to heat up, things start to boil. It gets kind of scary. Alright, calm down, slow down, shut off. Alright, looks like this is a scanned out system. Where do we want to go in here? Dover Berstock. We got 2 locations, looks like. Let's go here. This one's not an outpost, this looks like an actual station. You can tell by the little icon there. 188 light seconds, not bad. We're going to see what our fuel bill is once we get there. I guarantee it's pretty shitty. There we go. Jesus. I need like a flashing light on my dash that's just yelling at me to pay attention. This entire time I've been secretly hoping I'd get interdicted so you guys can see what that looks like, because it is quite impressive. You can either get out or you can submit. Now, getting out, you have to follow this trail. That's kind of like the circle you see here, but it moves around the screen and it's blue. Once you get that, it's your escape vector, and you get away from the person trying to interdict you. Alternative, on the flip side of that, if you're doing the interdicting, you'd have the same blue trail and they're trying to fight you off. Some people, and NPCs do this as well, which is pretty incredible. The AI is something to behold in this game. They will submit. Now, the way they do that is they stop moving. They shut off their engines. The way the hotkey to do that initially is X. I just left it like that. There was one time, I forget what system it was. I think I was going to Beta Hydri, actually, the last system that we came from for my mission. And I just fitted out my Cobra with a few nice weapons, and I said, you know what? I just put a shield generator on here. If somebody wants to try and take a shot at me, let them. I'm ready to do this. And I got about this close. I was about to drop out of frame shift, or super cruise rather, excuse me. And the guy grabs me, so I stop my ship. I come out. And normally, a lot of the people who interdict you like that are pirates. They want your cargo, right? And sometimes when they interdict you and you don't have cargo, they keep talking like you still do have cargo. And at this point, you've one of two options: fight them, or GTFO. Now, the guy that pulled me out in Beta Hydri was not looking for cargo. He's what you call a psychopath. And not just a fun nickname given to him. Apparently that's what they're called. Psychopaths. They attack you for no reason, other than just to attack you. Well, he was in an ASP, one of those big-ass ships I mentioned earlier, that was coming to the dock when we were leaving. He was a master, if I remember correctly, so adept. He had missiles, lasers, guns. It was... Oh shit, hold on.
Scan detected.
Shit. Backwards. No! Oh crap. Here we go. GG. Good game. I'm fucked.
Eject.
Kaboom! I died. Okay. Holy crap. Continue. Thank you, game. That was excellent. Okay, so that's what happens if you're terrible, like me. I have the option now, because of insurance, which is pretty awesome, I want to mention, to rebuy my old ship. So I get my old ship, old loadout, with all my old modules for a fraction of the cost. I think it's like 10% of the cost of the actual ship. Or I can get a free ship. Me, because I really like my Cobra, I really like the way it flies, I'm just going to get my old loadout. You can declare bankruptcy. I'm going to get this one. Confirm. It's going to put me back at Beta Hydri. Hopefully it gives me a full fuel bay. And it did, thankfully. Okay. So that was intense. And that's just kind of one example of how you can fuck up. I hit the shift thinking, oh, it would power my thrusters in whichever way I was intending to go. No. Only forward, apparently. Didn't know that. I do now. So does my dead carcass of a ship that's probably still bouncing around inside that station. So... Okay. Well, I guess this is a perfect time to actually take a look at the starport services. I'm going to have to head to the other system again. But we can actually take a look at the outfitting on the ship. Well, it's pretty easy. Multi-cannons up top, right? Pulse lasers on the bottom. Point defense here. So for the missiles that I really hate. Alright, got all my fun little things here. Empty slot. Not sure what I want to put there yet. I'm thinking maybe I can get another cargo rack. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. Right? So, allow me to do a little transport in between. I could also get this one. Not bad. Gives me up to 24 total that I can carry. A little more expensive. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna get this one. Why not? It's only 35k. I can make that up, kill a few guys. And so the scanning we did, this is a perfect time to show this off. Universal Cartographics. You can be a cartographer, a stellar cartographer. So what I want to do, I have no data to be sold at the station because I died with the data not able to download it. Thank you, game. That was excellent. Fuck me. PLX 695. That was most excellent. Great, so you're not gonna... So we have to wait for this to repopulate, which is not very fun. So in the meantime, we're going to... I think we're going to go to commercial, actually. And kind of just hang out. I'll be in the Twitch chat for the most part.
gods once were have long forsaken this place.
2 clicks from the jump.
There's no death to free you from this war. No glory waits for you in the afterlife. Here, we have just your steel. Your will to endure another day. And endure we must. For war will not determine who's right, only who's left.
Sony.
Sleeper's Social Club.
Founded in late 2010, Feature Core created Sleeper Social Club, with the goal of exploring the mysteries and wonders of wormhole space. Since 2012, Sleeper Social Club has made its home in J100820, a C5 class wormhole, and offers the following experiences for your journey through New Eden. T3 Armor Brawls. Sleeper, Capital Escalations. Mercenaries for Hire. Nullsec Rooms and Capital Gangs.
Okay, and we're back. So let's see if it's finished calculating our route. It has, excellent. Plot route again. This time we're not stopping for anything. Let's go launch. So Fortran is asking, is this a subscription-based game or is it a one-off payment? It is a one-off payment, $60. You can get cool little things for extra cash, like skins and stuff for your ship. Certainly not in any way pay to win, which is nice. But it is pay to look fly. Haven't found any other way yet to get a ship skinner. Things of that nature.
Scan detected.
Being scanned. That's okay, because I'm not wanted. Okay, let's do this.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm gonna go fast. Now, I'm not sure how the game makes it work with groups, whether it's just you guys in the universe or if it's you guys have access to each other, or how that goes down. I'm gonna have to actually get somebody on here to play it together with and see how that works out. But, well, we'll see. Because if it's like the one trailer, which I don't think I've played yet, where they're saving the Federal battlecruiser. They were 4 people flying together in almost like a wing, which is really cool. So if that's the case, it's going to be quite a bit of fun, I think.
Frameshift drive charging.
So now that I've died, I also wanted to point out that in the transactions window, I had nothing there anymore. Before, I used to have bounties that could be redeemed in Empire and Alliance space. Now, those bounties, because I died, went away. That's how it works. So every time you get a bounty, say like you accumulate 1,000,000 credits in bounties, and you're just this unstoppable fighter pilot, and you accidentally, I mean totally on accident, it's a total anomaly, you manage to crash into the back of a station accidentally, you lose those 1,000,000 credits. Plus, you have to pay insurance for your ship. Or not, I guess you can get a free Sidewinder, but when you have an awesome Cobra or a Viper or something fun like that, you want to pay the insurance and your ship back. So, point of the story is, make sure you have your GTFO drive ready and just kind of, boom, get out of there as soon as you need to. Also, I wanted to point out that if your ship, if your canopy gets busted, and this can happen, as you've noticed that I was able to target sub-targets on the ship, so power distributor, I could target the canopy. What this does is, this happened to me, is that if the canopy blows out on you, you have a certain amount of time, a certain amount of air that's available to you. So standard is 5 minutes on the Sidewinder, I believe. You can upgrade this, which is your life support systems, which is pretty cool. So when this happens, the environment changes around you a bit. So the sound, while it's rich and everything right now, that changes immensely. Because it's all gone, all the air around you inside the ship is gone. Basically, what you're hearing is inside your suit now. So everything's a lot more muffled, and it's pretty intense. Also, if you run into asteroids that get caught on your ship, run into containers that get caught, it can be kind of bothersome. This is kind of the point of making sure you have a shield. Now, I did a lot of cargo runs early on, because what I did is I took my shield generator and I cut it off my ship entirely, and I put 3 Cargo 16 racks on there. Is that it? Yeah, that's all I put on there. And then I had my Discovery scanner and my Detailed Surface scanner, which are pretty much requirements if you're going to be doing any exploration. So what I would do is I'd haul things if I find a system that I wanted to muck about in for a while, I would scan things out, run around, see what I could find. If I was running low on fuel, I'd scoop for a while. That sort of deal.
Fuel scooping.
But I found that
Disengaged.
it's pretty handy to have a shield on you. You never know when you're going to need it. Like, for instance, when you drop out of warp because you accidentally forgot to click out of the head look mode like this, and you crash into the sun, and it drops you out of super cruise. And then it fries you because you don't have shields up.
4, 3,
So instead of being this hot ass pilot, you're, well, hot, but no longer a pilot, you're a husk. Skirt around the edge of the sun here. There we go. I'm gonna wait for our heat to die down a little bit.
frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That part right there kind of reminds me of from Star Wars when the Millennium Falcon would jump into light speed. Skirt around the sun again. Don't want to end up like Bacon. It's not a good death at all.
Frameshift drive
We're gonna go ahead and jump to Bob. You say hi, then get the fuck out of there. And this time we're not gonna choke. We're gonna make it in that station, we're gonna see what's up. Now the thing with the stations is, you saw that it took me back to Beta Hydri, the station that I left from. That's because that was the last station that I docked at. That's what the game does. So if I die again, it'll take me all the way back, which would be really annoying. We don't want that. Now, Fortune's asked, what are my thoughts on Star Citizen? I really haven't taken much of a look at Star Citizen. Scott Manley, who does awesome YouTube videos and things of that nature, well, I watched quite a few of his things. I saw him play it a little bit, kind of showcase a few things. From what I saw, I was not impressed. What also doesn't impress me is the fact that they don't have a solid release date, and that always kind of kills it for me about any game, not just Star Citizen or whatever. The Division, that's another game off the top of my head I can think of where it was supposed to be coming out and then it got postponed and it got postponed, and because fuck me, it got postponed again. And they look like great games, and from everything that I've heard about it, I'm sure it's going to be a phenomenal game. Just right now, I'm not so sure. I'm going to have to actually go and look before I can really say whether or not, when it comes out, I'm going to get it. But currently, in the stage that it's in, no. This game, I think, beats it 10 times out of 10.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Engage jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
I have to say that for the longest time I've been looking at getting X Rebirth because I heard a lot about the X games, and not the X games with the motorcycles, the X games with the spaceships. They seem really awesome, you know. I mean, just a lot to talk about how great they are. And then X Rebirth came out. I heard nothing about it, so I went and I looked because I was curious, and I saw that people were just trashing on it. Basically, there were a lot of problems. It wasn't living up to the expectations of the players. Wow, shocker there, right? What it comes down to is the fact that, well, I just didn't get it at the time. I'm pretty sure that that one would have lived up to expectations, but I assume that this game is a lot like how that one was expected to turn out, in a sense anyways. I know some people are not very happy that they can't fly the capital ships, right? The largest ship you can fly is the Anaconda, which I need to point out is fucking massive. And it puts out a lot of firepower, and it can fuck up a lot of people. Oh. There will be other games. I know I was talking with my friend Onslaughter about a game called Dreadnought. And that one, you basically fly capital ships, or you can fly smaller ones too, but they're mostly capital-sized vessels. Dreadnoughts, thus the name. And that one looks pretty interesting. I don't know much more about it other than that I watched a video of the developers kind of playing it for a little bit. I'm hoping to see more from that. Now, you've asked what voice program I'm currently using. The voice program is called Voice Attack. It is free in the sense that there's a trial. Other than that, I think it's like $8, something like that, maybe a little less. It's really nice, and once you do that, you can set up commands, or you can go and you can buy voice packs from people. There's a group, I don't remember what it's called, they have a voice pack for Elite Dangerous. It sounds really nice. I've seen demonstrations of it, a lot of people use it, it's pretty cool. Me, right now, because I'm using the trial, I have I have exactly 20 different commands I can use at any given time. 2 of them are related to docking and station. Most are related to combat. Some are used for navigation, that sort of thing. But it uses your voice recognition software built into your computer. So, like, because I use Windows 7, I almost said Windows XP. No, thank you. Because I use Windows 7, it uses that that software there, and it's pretty handy. It didn't recognize my voice after the first 3 times, so I ran the recognition learning software again for a 4th time, and it almost has no problem now. And it learns, it continues to learn, so it's really nice as well. Voice Attack, it's really easy to use. I was actually surprised because I'm not very good normally at you know, these programs. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop. We're just gonna let ourselves drift.
Scan detected.
Yeah, scan me, whatever. Contacts, Dover, request docking. This time we're actually gonna get docking permission, and we're not gonna blow up, right? Right. Let's do this. So you can tell this is one of the core systems or stations. A lot of people come to this one. The game was developed with these to be the way they are. You can tell that simply because of the advertisements. I've been over 100 different systems now in the game, and I've seen a few stations. I wouldn't say a lot, a few. And one of my favorite is the lush looking one inside. This is like an industrial type of station. But it's a, what would you call it? Populated one?
Warning, landing gear not deployed.
Oh, landing and deployed. Deploy that. Yes, we good. Deployed. There we go.
Landing gear deployed.
And now we go down. And we've landed. Excellent. We're going in the hangar because I don't want to mess this up anymore, and we're going to access starport services. Now that we've arrived at our destination, question is, oh, that's quite a refuel bill. We're not going to pay it. Let's see what we got here. First thing I want to know is shipyard. What ships do they have on sale? Here's the ASP that I mentioned way earlier, mentioned again not too long ago. It's a pretty cool ship, large. You can see here a lot of internal compartments, a lot of armor, a lot of shields. It's a big ship. Not so good maneuverability. It's got the same amount as a Cobra, but it's slower. You know, lots of cargo room, as you can see. This is one of 6 ships you can get here. Let's see what the next one is. Federal dropship. You need to be at least an ensign, apparently, to fly one of these. I don't know how true that is, because I don't see the requirement thing anywhere now. So if I could afford it, I could probably fly it. But it requires a rank, supposedly. Here's the Viper. This is one of the first ones that I was dogfighting in, other than the Sidewinder. This thing, God, the maneuverability sucks. Top speed is awesome. Shields are better than the Cobra, but it has very little armor. You probably want to reinforce it if you're going to be flying it. Pretty solid hard points. When I flew this, I actually took out the cargo rack because I didn't want to bother with having to deal with that. Less mass. Terrible jump range, though. Now, here's the Python. Python, quite a cool ship. Sort of like the Anaconda, I guess, but this one is smaller all around. More shields, more armor. Several hard points. This thing puts out a lot of damage to a lot of different ships. You have gimbal weapons, missiles, cannons, railguns, all fun stuff. Nice ship. And then here's the Cobra Mark III. This is the ship that I'm currently flying. We can take another look at it in a little bit. Through the outfitting, you can kind of see the base stats here. Interesting, right? Not very costly ship. Here's the Sidewinder. This is the one you actually start off with. Now I have to tell you, phenomenal ship. You keep the shield generator on, you keep the basic discovery scanner on. You don't have to use any other extraneous things. You can actually fit a refinery on here if you... What does you get rid of? Oh no, the discovery scanners that you get rid of. You get a refinery, you can toss on a mining laser. You can go out and make a fair bit of credits early on, actually. This thing gets massive jump range, if you can believe it. About 20 light years, I think, was the max I got out of it in the start. Is that it? Yeah, that's it for the different ships, right? So we're going to check out outfitting real quick. Here's the beautiful ship. This one might have some interesting things I can toss on here, so let's see. What about shield generators? Kills my jump range apparently by a little bit. Integrity is better. Power draw, no. Rating, no. Class, no. Don't like it. Nope. Still worse than the one I have. Rating is better. Class, not so much. Optimal and maximum. It's expensive though, 50,000 credits. I don't exactly need it. I still want to use this one more as an exploration ship, but let's check out what they have for the hard points. So I like my multi-cannons. I don't really want to get rid of them, but let's see if they have an upgrade for them. Do they? Looks like they have fixed multi-cannons. I like the gimbaled ones. Here they are. This one is definitely an upgrade, it looks like, but 57,000 each. I'm going to have to say no. Here we have missile seekers. These are incredible. Love these, but I hate having them used against me, and I don't really want to put those on. I don't want to have to pay that much. Got here wake scanners, warrant scanners, frameshift wakes. So you know when I do my jump drive or I go into Super Cruise, right? My GTFO drive. I can use a frameshift wake scanner to determine the location that the person was going. If it's a high energy wake, if it's a low energy wake, I can normally tell which direction they're going in, sort of. That's kind of how that works. Heatsink launchers, Does exactly what you think. It's a heat sink. Launches the heat sink away once you've accumulated quite a bit. Livery. Is it livery or livery? I think it's livery. Paint jobs, decals, no idea where you get them other than the store at the moment. And there you have it. So let's check out our cartographics. Now that we've flown through systems and we survived, we still have no cartographic data to be sold. That's unfortunate. Bulletin board. This is where you get your missions, and that is a lot of different missions. Okay, let's see. First off, I want to take a look at some. I want to see who rules the system. You can do this through the system map, which is really kind of interesting. So let's take a look at our stations here. We have PLX 695 Values Party, which is Democratic Foundation, and then you have the Defense Party, which is an independent dictatorship. I like to fly with the Federation. I get perks from flying with the Federation. I'm going to support the Federation, which means I'm going to be taking only missions from Dover Station. Dover Station, you can see here, allegiances to the Federation. They have everything I need here. The commodities, refuel, repair, rearm, outfitting, and shipyard. It is a high-tech economy, which is awesome. It means that I can go other places, buy metals on the cheap, and come back and sell them for more here, if I really wanted to. There are some other things that I could export. Non-lethal weapons. That's a huge money maker if you can find the right system to get them to. Lots of things are prohibited because it's the Federation. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and back out now and take a look at our missions here. The Values Party, Defense Party. We want the Values Party only. Let's see. Galite purchased at this port. Okay, Galite. Where can I get Galite? Let's go with the galaxy map. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is one of my favorite functions. You can see how there's some lines here, right? That's not the normal view. The normal view is this. This is the realistic view. This is what you'll start off with in game. But oh no, what do I do if I need to find Galite? Map. Let's clear, then show all. Now we can see some trade routes, right? Colors correspond with the ones on the left here. So what we need is Galite. That's a metal. So we're going to clear all, select metals, drop down. That is not a metal, it's a mineral because I'm bad. Galite, boom. Looks like Warnets. Now, because I'm cheap, I'm going to go ahead and purchase some trade data. Let's see. Looks like they export to Ross 23, OSAN, PLX 695, and some system way the hell down there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the system view now. Lots of stations. Looks like lots of mining going on here, so we're going to say it's an extraction economy just based on what we're looking at. Exports, platinum, gold, silver. Platinum, gold, silver. No commodities market, no commodities market. Grain, fish, liquor. Platinum, gold, silver. Platinum, gold, silver. More platinum, gold, silver. And no commodities market. Okay, well right now what I'm actually doing is, you can't see this, but I'm going outside of the game to a little tool that I like to use. This tool is elitetradingtool.co.uk. It is quite the tool. So say I need to find something, I can actually go there and browse data. Browse data? No, search. So I need to search for commodity, station, selling, Galite. This is just to confirm that I can get it there. I'm sure I can, but current location, PLX 695. Actually, let's see here. Add window capture. So you can see this maybe? Yes. So here's what I'm doing and we'll take it off the stream in a little bit. It doesn't look quite that good, but you can see what I'm looking at here. So we're gonna go ahead and, so I typed in PLX 695. You can see I selected Galite, station selling commodity, medium landing pad, which means that I can dock there. 15 light years, shortest range, right? So now I've got all these here. These are all different systems that people have been to that for sure they are selling Galite. So we can see that Warnates here is selling, which is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the game now. And we're going to search for Warnates. Let's see. Exit. This is going to bring us to the galaxy map, right? Navigation, Warnates. Oh, look, it's over here. That's the system we need to go to. Perfect. So we're going to hold it, set destination, go back, accept contract. We're going to get 50,000 out of this, which is perfect. So it's not really 50,000 because you have to purchase the Galite there, but on the way back, it'll be, you know, a little less, but it'll still be good. What we got here? Considered illegal? No. Food cartridges. We may be actually able to get it from them, but how much Galite did I need to get? 11. So I won't be able to carry it back. I don't think. Maybe. Cargo 24, 11, 8, 19. No, I can. So we're gonna go ahead and accept this anyways. It's required. What is this? I need to carry 13 to where? Arnamil. Where the hell is Arnamil at? Navigation, galaxy map. It's one jump away. Okay, so we can do this in such a way that I can go there, make it back to Warnates, pick up the things, and then head back. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Head to Arnamil first. Back. We'll accept. This way we'll get 3 missions done as quickly as we possibly can. Starport services, we can afford it. I don't want to bother with refueling at the sun. Exit. Before we launch, let me close out of that old window. And we're back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and launch and reset our systems. We are going to Arnamil first. And you can see we've got plenty of time to get this done. We're going to try to go fast, because that's what we do. And we're going to try not to crash again, because that's what we don't want to do.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Let's retract landing gear. I believe it's a federal dropship that just took off. No, Type 7 transport. Those things carry a lot of goods. Like when I say a lot, I mean a lot of goods. It's pretty impressive, actually. Let's get out of here. Whoa! Here we go, station. Excuse me. I've actually crashed into the side of stations before, and that is, let me tell you, no fun. Shields take a huge beating, they get angry at you, you have to fly away. Massive waste of time for everybody involved. We're no longer mass locked, so we're going to go ahead and jump to the next system. Without flipping a U-turn, hopefully. Oh, that's a Little Mermaid. What am I doing? Maybe I should just go watch that movie later. Well, I'll stop. Take a look. Where is it I need to go? Clairvoy Hub? Is that it? Yep. Now this is a system that needs to be explored. What we're going to do is we're going to charge up. Boom. Foreign astronomical objects. We're going to scan the sun first. Yes. Thank you. Please. Whatever. Why am I drifting? I'm drifting. That's weird. What the hell? hell is going on here? Oh, okay, looks like my ache, he got stuck. Didn't see that ending badly. Boom, yellow, orange, perfect. And we're not going to bother scanning anything else, we're just going to go straight for our destination. Drop off these goods, I think. Huge good drop off rate. Yeah, perfect. Change our sensors to minimum. You can only see what's closest to us now. Is my voice activation thing still working? Let's see. I'll stop. Nope, I turned it off. There we go, it's back on. Oh god. Turn. You can see my head trying to move to the left there as I'm trying to turn. Jesus. See, nothing bad can happen. I'm a pro. So I believe this is an outpost. I'm kind of learning the icons as I go, but they're pretty cool. You can actually get a device, really neat. It's a auto docking unit. So basically, you request permission to dock, they grant you permission, you stop your ship, or you lower to, I believe, under quarter impulse, and they tow you in to dock. I mean, all the way through, they land you, your landing gear, all that fun stuff, so you don't have to do anything. Which is really handy if you're, doing a lot of things with trade tools, like I was doing a few days ago. I actually sold that off of my ship so that I could make the longer jumps that I needed to. Here we go. Is it an outpost? Yes, it is. Very nice. Full impulse. Full impulse. There we go. Boost. Go fast. Thing about docking is you have to request it only once you're within 7.5 kilometers. So where's it want me to go? Landing pad 2. That is on top, I believe. Or on top from this direction. Direction is relative. Thank you, space. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Slows you down whenever you deploy it. It's part of why I like it. I'm gonna turn our lights on and go down.
Docking successful.
Excellent. Starport services. I don't even want to go inside the hangar right now. What we are going to do is bulletin board. So you turn in your missions, right? Let me see, there's a lot of other ones that I could pick from here, but we gotta get going, gotta pick up those other things. So now we've just earned a few credits, right? You can see here's the effects. So PLX 695 has an economic boon, and the influence of the Values Party has grown by 1. Now you've also helped out the new Arnhem Liberals here in this system. So it's a double bonus if you're helping out the Federation. Now when you can have regime changes, which is kind of interesting. SANA right now, S-A-N-N-A, is a huge one. It's going to be contested probably sometime in the next few days. There's going to be a lot of fighting, I think. Maybe. It's kind of the typical response from these governments, which is, I want to say interesting, but it's not so interesting. Let's check the commodities market. We may actually be able to buy something here. We can get food. No, we cannot get food cartridges, but we can get other things, maybe. Let's see, what do I need to get? You guys remember? Because I don't. Service goods, I need food cartridges. Gallite. Can I get gallite? No, I can't. Okay, we gotta go to the other system now. I don't actually remember where it was. Where was that? Hornets. Perfect. Check that out. It's just a jump away. We're gonna launch. This is pretty cool. Brings you down, turns you around, flips you back up, tosses you like a pancake. I was tossed like a pancake, but with the ships like these, can you blame me? So we're gonna take off, retract landing gear.
Engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Oh, that's a tower. Go around the tower. And we're not mass locked. Jump drive, engage. No, am I that bad again? Okay. Engage jump drive. No? Alright. Because it wants me to do it manually.
Charging.
Kick back. Enjoy the jump tunnel.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I love how she says engage. It's sexy. I'm starting to fall in love with my ship computer. And with a voice like that, can you blame me? Alright. So, where is it we need to go?
Fuel scooping.
Oh shit, hold on, let me angle that away. There we go. Let's see. What do we need to do? System map? Let's pick one. So we need two things, right? We need Galite and we need food cartridges. So, nothing. Looks like they have exports and imports. So, Yurchikin and Bursh. I think this is a Russian system, maybe? Because I can't pronounce it. We're gonna go to Bursh Terminal first. Bush Terminal? Bursh? I can't pronounce it. I don't even try anymore. Let's see, how far is that away from us right now? Did I miss it? I probably did. Where is it? There we go, 500 light seconds. Perfect. We refueled a little bit, sorta, maybe?
Fuel scoop.
And we're okay. Now we head for the terminal. Quarter impulse. I'm gonna slow down because I want to turn up the music. I never mentioned this before, but with the auto docking, it's pretty hilarious because as you're docking, it plays classical music for you. Which is one of the reasons why I liked having it. Full impulse. I totally feel amazing whenever I'm flying, right? And, you know, suddenly, oh, I have the perfect opportunity to really lay into this guy with my weapons. So I, you know, say with authority, all power to weapons. And, you know, it does that, all power to weapons. I can then fire more without having to pause. Or say, you know, I have my different configurations, which reminds me of the one episode from Star Trek Voyager, if anybody's seen that, in the later seasons, where the Doc and the other emergency hologram, the one that looks like he's 12 years old, was it the Prometheus, I want to say? The Prometheus, I think it is, that disengages from itself and has like these flight formations. That's what I kind of feel like saying, you know, Delta, Alpha, Beta, you know, and having it switch to different power to systems through the power distribution conduit. I think it's part of the fun for me, because otherwise this game is really fun, but having the ability to use your voice as well as your hands, you know, and I don't have a joystick yet, that's on its way, but being able to use all these things, it really helps with the immersion, and I can't even imagine how awesome it is to have an Oculus Rift and do this, you know? Because the support, it has full support for it. which is pretty awesome if you can just look over like that. Pretty nice view. Disengage. Boom! And here we are. Not bad. Looks like a flying spaceship of 2001 Space Odyssey with the rings and the way it's configured in the back. Also looks kind of like the ship from Oblivion, and that's shown kind of in the later part of that movie, but I'm not gonna, if anybody hasn't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil that one. We're going to request docking now.
Docking request granted.
See the Federation symbol on the side. I think that's the Federation's colors, white, black, and red. Honestly, I don't think they could have picked a better one. A better set of colors. I mean, I'm not biased or anything, those are my favorite colors. It's, you know, they are the best. And counter the downward. There we go.
Scan detected.
Half impulse. Where are we going? Pad 21. Quarter impulse. There we go. All stop.
Fly responsibly. Ensure you complete docking procedures within the allotted time window.
Landing gear deployed. Docking
There we go.
successful.
Not
Engines
bad.
disengaged.
Let's check our services real quick. We have to go into the commodities market. And this is the fundamental, well, not fundamental, but it's a major way of making credits in this game. It's buy low, sell high, right? You do this in a lot of different games with economies. One of the biggest ones is EVE Online, which has a player-driven economy in market. Anybody who's been to JITA 4.4 knows exactly what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of buying and selling and going on there. Now, with the game, players don't put things up for sale, they sell to NPCs, and they buy from NPCs. And the supply and demand changes as players interact with these stations, so it's semi-driven by players, but it's not quite the same. Because of this, prices will fluctuate, and they don't allow for a data scrape in the same way that, you know, EVE Central for EVE Online does it, so players manually input prices and things of that nature. It can get pretty tedious, but those people, we love them. I have just signed up for the elitetradingtool.co.uk website. Every time I do a query, it adds to my rank. Eventually, I'll be able to actually help update prices and help out with that sort of thing. So let's take a look here at what we need to get. We need... Where... Do we actually need anything from here? Looks like they don't actually have what I need to buy, which would be hilarious. Food cartridges. They don't have food cartridges. Awesome. That's great. So basically, what I need to do now is open up the trading tools again. So here I am, the trading tools. We're going to do another search, right? I didn't want to do this because I thought maybe it would be fine, but so we're going to put in PLX695, even though we're in Warnets right now. Here, station selling, advanced calculators, no. What was it? Food cartridges. Boom, food cartridges. There, Ross 23, 14.1 light years. That's going to be 2 jumps for us because we can only jump about 13. Looks like that's one hell of a system, and they are selling for 45 each. It's a nice profit margin, sort of, I guess. It should cost us about 500 or 600 credits to do it. So what is that? Ross 23. So we're going to go back here after I... There. Alright. Here, Galaxy. Ross 23, one jump, here it is, I guess. Is it one jump? It is, okay, from here. So it's 2 jumps from PLX 695. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get trade data. We're gonna take a look here. So what we want is food cartridges. As you can see, they export it, which is pretty handy. Perfect. So what we need to do now is we need to figure out which station where is it? Here we go. We're going back to the window. Not food. Galite. Where is that G? If I could read. Here we go. Warnets, Blackwell, Yorkshire. So we want to go to Yorkshire. Perfect. So let's go. There. Man, I'm going to have to figure this out better, I think. Can you tell I'm an amateur? So let's go here. Where is it? Whoa, it's quite a ways away. Okay. I don't think so. I don't want to travel 1,000 light seconds in any direction from here. So we need a different one. We'll try Guest Enterprise. I think that's another one that sells it. If not, Blackwell definitely does. Back here. Actually, we know Blackwell definitely does, and it's really not that far. Only 473, so we're just going to go ahead and go over there now.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing
Sounds like there's somebody next to me. That happened one time. I was trying to leave dock, and a guy, well, I say he crashed into me, but really, let's be honest here. Who's the worst pilot, me or the AI? So we need to get some distance. And we're not mass locked, so we're going to go ahead and engage. We're going to get into Super Cruise right now.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And we're going. I love the little bars on the sides there. That also reminds me of part of Star Wars, New Hope, when he's in the trench and he's going for it and he's got his target display up and here, use the Force, Luke. I love that part. That's what that kind of reminds me of. And if you ever go and you use a cargo scoop to scoop up asteroids that you've mined or cans that you've found out in space, because maybe you killed the guy and he dropped his cargo or something like that, you know? The cargo scoop actually kind of looks like that retargeting reticle. It's pretty cool. It's a nifty little thing. I might actually... Yeah, I'm going to do that. As soon as we get to Blackwell, I'm going to deploy my cargo scoop so you can see what that actually looks like, because that's a pretty nifty little thing. I haven't actually had to use it in a while since I stopped mining. I'm thinking about heading back to one of the pristine systems I know about and doing some there. I'm not sure I'll stream it, but... because mining is just as boring in this game as it is in the other ones. However, there is some level of... say, as opposed to EVE, right? Because I did do some mining in EVE Online at some point. We all did. where you kind of just click on the asteroid, lock it, make sure you're within range, and then your strip miner or your mining laser, you know, cuts off the ore and sucks it into your ore hold. That is not the case in this game. It does not work like that. You do not have a tractor beam to bring it into your cargo. What you have is a cargo scoop, which is basically open hatch, and you have to fly your ship so that that hatch scoops the object out of space. There, you can't see it. I'm doing these hand motions. It looks really kind of obscene, but you get the idea. So every time you cut off a piece, you can cut off, I think, about 10 pieces per asteroid, a little more, a little less, depending. And then you have to refine them. And you can't even collect these rocks and sell them. You have to refine them as is in your cargo hold. You see over here, go to cargo, it says no refinery module installed. Yeah. Whoa, looks like we had an FPS drop for a second there. What's going on? Maybe this station is cursed. And we're coming out of work now. Maybe it's just my computer crying. I think that's probably it. Let's request permission to dock.
Docking request granted.
Whoa! I thought I was getting shot at for a second there, but you know what I realized it is? That was a guy going into, what's it called? Jump drive. Alright, so let's take a look at the cargo scoop. This is a cool thing. Now you'll see down by the bottom left here.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Oh, no, it's not there because there's nothing to lock onto. RIP.
Cargo
Okay,
scoop
well,
retracted.
we'll have to show that off another time then.
Landing gear deployed.
And we're here. We go down. And forward. And stop. And down. And we landed.
Docking successful.
Let's buy what we need and go. Commodities. What do we need? Galite. Yeah, dude, they have it. 1785. Don't care. How much did I need? That's actually a better question, isn't it? Supply run. 11 Galite. Is it gonna bankrupt me? Yeah, right. So 11, 19, 635. How bad am I at math? So that's like 20 something. 27, maybe a little bit less than that. 26 point something thousand credit reward. It's not bad. It could be a lot worse, right? Now that we've done that, we've actually cut off of our jump distance a little bit because of the tonnage, the weight of our ship, mass rather. So what we do need to do is we need to go to the next system, which is Ross whatever, right? Ross 23, excellent. Destination, launch. Not going to use too much of our jump fuel, as you can see over there, and it's still within jump range.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Go full impulse.
Landing gear retracted.
There we go. And we're lined up. Now we just need to wait for our mass lock to disappear. It's gone. Engage jump drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think what we'll do next time is do some dogfighting and see actually how these point defense weapons actually work out, because a lot of the people I fought in the beginning, they didn't have missiles, which is good. Don't get me wrong, awesome, love that fact. But you know, you don't get the full kind of thing out of it. What we might do is we might go on and take on an Anaconda or something in a hit mission. We'll see. I meant to check to see who here sells what I need, so we'll have to check the system map for that, won't we? Okay, it's not all the way in the end there. Common reserves, I see. No, thank you. Food cartridges, perfect. Caddy Enterprise. Caddy Enterprise? Caddy, I like Caddy. We'll go with Caddy. Caddy Enterprise. Ooh, it's close by. Behind me, even. What is that, 10 light seconds? Perfect.